Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, feel free to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, but today I'm just going to be talking to you guys about what to do when you're feeling a little bit stuck creatively, you feel like you're having a creative block, you feel like it's kind of hard for you to get up and do any creations, any artworks. And I totally get it. I had that period for a few years actually, and I would just randomly and periodically make an artwork or two. I'd do it like once and then I'd stop and do it again another few months. And I think a lot of it came down to a few things, honestly. Not only me feeling like I didn't have the creative juices flowing, but I was kind of unmotivated. I think more so because of the way my art setup was and the way my environment was shaped around art. So I had a very small room, there wasn't enough space, and everything just kind of had to go away into cupboards. And I think the act of having to take things out and make everything messy and having to just sit on my bed and do art because I didn't have a table, it just made it very overwhelming. So, my tip number one is to just evaluate your art space. Is it something that you can easily access? Can you actually, say, for example, you want to get up and make some art now? You've just gotten inspiration, you feel motivated. How long is it going to take you to get your things out and get started? Is it going to take you longer than a minute or two? Because if it is, I think that could be a big reason you might be having struggles making creations, making artworks. And yeah, just trying to assess your environment, thinking of little ways to make it more accessible. Like maybe you can get a wheeled trolley and you can put your things on it so you can easily move it around different places of your house, or just having everything there ready and out, obviously in a neat way in your living room, or even having a dedicated art space if you have the environment, the space, and I guess the budget and time to even do that. But for someone like me who still lives at home with their parents, it is quite challenging to do that. So I kind of do have to make sure I have my art supplies and everything like that on transport. So the first part of that worked better for me, and it really depends on your situation. So just evaluate. So the next area of advice is kind of going to be around your mindset towards art. And I guess if you're more of a perfectionist. So if you are a big perfectionist and you struggle and you kind of fear the blank page, which a lot of us artists do, that can be a massive challenge for you feeling like you've got motivation, feeling ready to make art. Because at the end of the day, if you get excited and you get motivated to create, and then you're instantly shutting yourself down and saying, oh, but it has to be perfect. Like, what if I invest all this time and it looks stupid? You're going to stop getting motivated. You're going to just instantly know to shut down those feelings. So a big tip for that would be to just start somewhere. And I guess that's kind of what I'm doing in this video. It's taken me quite a few weeks to get to a place of being excited to create almost daily again, actually. Even though I'm even busier with uni, usually that would be something that stops me from creating. But I think this strategy I'm about to say has really helped me get back into the creative flow. And it was by a YouTuber I found online on YouTube, obviously. I will link his video down below. But basically, the advice he gave was to just pick a subject to draw, to do any medium you choose, and just do that repeatedly. So do it once every day, as many times as you want, and you've got to just keep doing the same thing. So, for example, I chose the object of tulips and I chose drawing. So I made a challenge for myself to draw tulips every day, and I don't think I did it for too long before I started to feel the creative juices flowing again and feeling like I'm waking up and I'm actually excited to create art, and like feeling like it's not as scary to make art even if it looks bad, because I think that habit of redrawing the same thing really got me out of my head and really helped me not worry so much about what it looks like and more worry about the process and worry about learning and growing and actually developing new skills. So I think after like day 6 or day 7, I started drawing other things, but I do recommend trying it for longer if you've got the patience. But it felt right for me to just keep going and trying different things. So I just started drawing in general again, and I think I really found my spark with it. And it's really fun to just get creative and to play around and to not worry so much about it looking perfect and worrying about the end result. Quickly as a side note as well, I did record the footage for the third nose that I drew, but I think at the time I was a little insecure about the way it looked, and now looking back, it doesn't even look bad. But I did delete the footage, and I was supposed to recover it from my deleted folder, and I accidentally deleted it. So it's completely gone, so I'm sorry about that, but I'm moving on to an eye now. Continuing about the perfectionism stopping your art and the strategies to move forward. I really do believe that just getting out of your own head and just knowing exactly what to draw every day and keeping that as a challenge really helps you to not get overwhelmed in the thought process and the choosing of the artworks and looking at different things and being like, that's so complicated. How am I going to execute it, right? And as an addition to that, I think the time aspect can also be a hindrance. I don't know about you guys, but for me, I'm a little bit impatient. I really want to get results fast, and I feel like, especially in the current age of instant gratification, you can say, it's really hard to sit there for longer than 20 minutes and not even see it coming close to being finished and just feeling like you want to give up and you're discouraged. But having like little time limits on creating can be very good and very helpful for like getting out of your head, not worrying about the way it looks entirely and just worrying about the major details that you really do need to make the artwork look cohesive and to look relatively good. So what I have been doing is time drills. So I'll do 5 minutes. I think I started off with 10 minutes. And honestly, guys, I'm really sorry. I don't know where I found this idea, but I did find it somewhere online. I didn't create it on my own. But these time drills saved me so much. I used to wake up before like a long week of uni and I was so excited to just sit down and create. So I'd be drawing in the morning at 6:30 before I had to get ready for class, and some days I was a little late because of it. But I'm telling you, setting time drills is so fun because you can finish a whole sketchbook spread in, I'd say 20 minutes. That depends if you want to do 4 artworks, and you want them to be 5 minutes, but you could do 2 or 3 drawings. That's 10 to 15 minutes. And you just feel like you've gotten so far, and the more you do it, the more you realize you're actually learning as a part of the drills because you're trying to actually notice which details are the most important. And when you do that, it really helps you lay the foundation of the skills you need to be a good artist, right? Because it's all in the details, like, and it doesn't even have to be extremely detailed, just in a sense of like you can create this drastic contrast effect in your drawings and your paintings with just knowing a few simple techniques and a few simple lines and brushstrokes that create that effect. And knowing how to do it in a short amount of time is also going to help with just efficiency, not just the perfectionism and not just like not seeing any progress for a few hours. Overall, I just think it's a really good idea to not be too hard on yourself and just know it's okay to get into a creative slump. It's totally normal. Sometimes you just need to give yourself some space away, give yourself some downtime and time to think, and come back to it when you're ready. There's no rush, it's going to be here forever. I hope you enjoyed this advice and you enjoyed this video. Feel free to let me know in the comments below if there's anything else you wanted me to talk about or cover, or any particular subject of art you want me to paint or draw. Thank you so much for being here. I'll see you guys next time.